songs and rappers and y'all favorite athletes and famous people, favorite famous people. Let's talk about Diddy. So the news broke Thursday. Cassidy, Cassie reportedly suing P. Diddy for abuse and that word and sex trafficking during their relationship, right? She also said that he also would tell her to perform certain things with men and record. And this is what she said. What she wrote. Oh, sorry. After years in silence and darkness, Miss Ventura said in a statement, I'm finally ready to tell my story and to speak up on behalf of myself and for the benefit of other women who face violence and abuse in their relationship. And then
I,
she went, well, hold on. She was suing. And then she settled 2 days damn later.
One day.
One day, my bad. Probably not even 24 hours later. She settled.
Right.
She settled.
I
So
didn't have anything to think about it until the NYPD came out with a statement that said there's no active investigation on him, and then I was like, she just wants some money.
Actually, limitation probably passed for them crime.
So a couple things
How
came
did the
out.
statute of limitations pass for the crime when they literally just got Bill Cosby for nothing?
Nigga, like 80 years ago, nigga.
Right. That's
She signed
crazy.
an NDA though. I think what I saw in a report, she signed an NDA. The NDA just expired, and something regarding the state that she in lets her file a suit regarding that nature. Right. So before she settled, I was like, okay, because other people have came out and said stuff about Diddy. You got Danny Duquesne, you got other people making allegations regarding Diddy and his all these the private investigators of social media started finding clips of people saying certain stuff about Diddy. So I'm like, dang, like maybe she like why would she? I mean, she could lie to get money, but ain't nothing really been bad said about Cassie in the past.
Wait. How does an NDA wait.
I was just about to ask.
NDA is supposed to be indefinitely unless you doing it from a business perspective.
Like, why would it expire? It doesn't make any sense.
Well, I'll look it up. There was a whole video that broke it down last week, and they talked about the statute of limitations, how it coincided with the NDA, something of that.
Well, the statute of limitations that they talking about was basically, I think, the ability for you to be able to sue is expiring because it was like a year before it got put into place. The ability for you to be able to sue for something that's happened in the past is expiring like very, very soon, which is one of the reasons that they're saying that she launched this lawsuit in order to be able to get her opportunity to get a payday.
It was called the look back window. Sexual assault victims have 1 year to report a crime. In 2019, however, New York extended the statute of limitations from 7 to 20 years, depending on what's going on. So the look back window is, for a recent crime. But let's just say you fucking woke up, had a dream, and somebody fucked you, and you remember, and now you have an extension of 7 years to go after that person. 20 years in civil claims court. So you can't charge them criminally, but you can go after them civilly. 20 years.
Did that shit, but he just wanted some money though.
It doesn't make sense in my mind that someone does something so heinous to you and you don't care about them getting money in trouble. You just want money from them. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
Well, do you see us? I don't give a shit about that. But like, do you see how it's sensical for people to be awarded money when somebody dies? Because like that doesn't replace the death either. So money is kind of like the only.
In what way? You talking about like to be
life
rewarded
insurance?
their estate?
What? No. Like you're allowed to prosecute somebody civilly for the murder of somebody if no criminal charges were pressed. So my point is, I'm just relating it to death. Like nobody can, So regardless how heinous a crime is, money, in my opinion, will never replace what was taken from you, whether it was sex or a death. I'm not saying what she did was right. I think she's a lying bitch. But I'm saying, in general, I don't think money,
like a wrongful death. There was a lawsuit I think 2 weeks ago where a hospital got sued for $200 and something million, and the kids won.
But here's the difference, though. In a lawsuit, that's a situation where you have no other
recourse.
You have no other recourse other than the lawsuit itself, because the person is actually passed, right? So there is no other recourse.
No trial. Yeah, no trial.
Yeah, there is no other but often at times, even in those situations, that may be the only form of recourse, because somebody may not necessarily, or they've already been charged criminally or whatever. This situation is completely different because it's only a lawsuit, right? When she framed it in a way and saying like, "Oh, I want justice for women" and all of this other type of stuff. Well, where did the justice go after you got paid?
Yeah,
right.
Where did the justice go? Like,
the damage is
if
done.
you were doing it for that reason, which I believe is 100% cap. And this is, listen, man, in my opinion, I believe that these women make y'all look bad. It's very hard for me to sit here and go with the whole believe women narrative, or not to by default automatically look at women with a skeptical eye when they say something or report something, because every single action is all based off of how you can benefit from a situation. And we don't even know if it was true. All of this stuff is just alleged, right? We don't know what's true, what's not true. The only thing we know is that his lawyer, when she first went and filed the lawsuit, says she was trying to get some money in the first place. That's where people got the 30 million number from. The actual amount that they settled for was never disclosed. The only reason that people speculated the 30 million to 100 million is because that's what the lawyer said that she was trying to shake them down for before she filed the lawsuit.
With the
meaning
book.
Meaning that it was always about the money. Hold on. Here, let me ask y'all a question. Who is her husband? What does he do for a living? And where is she getting money from?
No one knows.
Right.
I think he's a trainer. Isn't he a trainer or something?
Oh shit!
So none of this screams red flag to y'all.
I just
right.
Honestly, none of this scream red flag to y'all.
Yeah, of course.
It does.
Now let me be very, very clear. Let me be very, very clear. That does not mean that it's not true or that Diddy is not a scumbag. That's not what we're talking about, though.
Right.
It doesn't absolve him from being responsible. But see, I don't believe that she didn't also know, because again, this also brings into the question: what is an adult? You grown enough to accept it. You never listened to your parents. Your parents didn't have no say so. So your parents was in your life the whole time. They was participating in all of this. You never had no say so whatsoever. Y'all never went to the police. You never filed a police report. You never reported it to anybody. Nothing. Nobody knows nothing. We just supposed to take your word for it, and you settle for the money. Man, get out of here with that junk, bro.
Would y'all think the same sentiment if she didn't settle?
I would look at it differently. Well, first of all, the problem is that it's a lawsuit.
Civil lawsuit.
Okay, so but what if hypothetically she knew that she didn't have enough evidence that she knew she could win in a criminal court?
Who had evidence of Bill Cosby?
And that's
most of the guys that go to jail for an accusation from a woman, it's not they don't have no evidence.
But I think that P. Diddy has way much more power than Cosby.
Listen. Most guys that go to jail based off of being accused of something, they don't have evidence to convict him. The evidence that they have is somebody's word or witness or eye testimony. That's why you see so many guys getting out of jail today based off of the Innocence Project, because we now have the technology to prove that he was not even there. He didn't even participate. The dudes from the dudes that was supposed to be that lost all of these scholarships from the Duke lacrosse team, and they lost all of their scholarships. They was being prosecuted and everything, right? They had all been arrested, arraigned, and everything. That was all based off of an accusation. And then the woman was like, you know what? I lied. And then they let them all go, and they still had lost all of their scholarships. These guys are getting accused of stuff, but there is no evidence to substantiate it other than the fact that they said that they did. That's it.
Yeah, I think Cosby's situation is a little different when there's multiple women coming out about
it's still
Cosby.
an accusation.
It's
not an actual.
The floodgates are open.
It's no real. It's no evidence. It's none.
It's no real.
Zero.
But the more people that talk, the more women that come out, it makes you look at it. Okay, maybe
it doesn't, because how is that not an agenda?
No?
Listen, Cosby at that time was trying to purchase an entire conglomerate. I think he was trying to buy NBC or something like that.
Yeah.
What that mean?
And they
There's a
wanted
lot
to
of
dig-
high
they
up,
wanted to
rich
dig
and
up under
powerful
his
people that
house.
are perverts.
I
They
don't
don't want
think
the
he's.
black man to have it.
So wait a minute.
I don't think that had anything to do with it.
When these women's stories start coming out, so they was there and they was rocking with him long enough for him to actually pay for them schooling. They was there long enough for him to be able to get an allowance from him. They was there long enough in order for him to actually continue to buy them cars and send them through school and give them all of this stuff. And they kept on, when he called them, they would come over and let him bust them down. But then all of a sudden, 50 years later, we supposed to believe her.